Hello and welcome everyone to a review I'm doing on Mini Royale. This is like any other Royale, except there's one key twist. Do you remember playing with those little plastic green soldiers as you was a kid? Well, now you can do that, but with guns and actually destroy your enemies. Today we're going to be having a look and seeing how the game stacks up and giving you my thoughts and impressions for the game. Stay tuned. So let's start with the good stuff, because there is some good stuff. First off, the concept. Yeah, I'm here for it. It's giving Toy Story meets Warzone. The whole toys come to life, and now it's war in the bedroom vibe. I mean, absolutely brilliant. The nostalgia, the chaos, the plastic violence. What is not to love? The maps actually surprised me too. They're all themed well, the scale is great for tiny tour warfare, and there's a decent amount of verticality. High ground, low ground, sneaky little corners. I felt like there were some real tactical options. But we also need to look at where the game isn't great, and unfortunately, this list is a bit longer. So let's start with gunplay. In my personal view, it just didn't feel satisfying. I'd hit someone and be like, did I just tickle them? Where's the impact? Where's the feedback that I get from so many other great games that I've played? It's just kind of flat. Now, the controls on this game, I don't know why, I really struggled with. Using that grappling hook on key number 3, a key component of this game is to traverse the highs and lows of the actual map itself, and to have it on a key number 3 when you're trying to run, whilst crouch slide, whilst do a dive forwards, and try and evade your opponents and shoot them. Just wait, how many fingers do you expect people to have? You need to be an octopus to try and hit all those keys. I think, yes, while I could have gone in and done some more remapping and made it work better, they could have just planned this better from the outset and the start. Many other games have much easier functionality when it comes to the buttons and the overall gameplay in that sense, so they let themselves down here in my view. So then we move on to the graphics. Now, let's not forget, this is an indie game. This is not a polished AAA title. But even within that bracket, I felt they could use just a little visual oomph. You know, better lighting, textures, or polish on character models could really go a long way. And this is just another thing that unfortunately let it down for me. The game does come with a tutorial, which takes you through some of the very basic framework of how the game works. Unfortunately, with this tutorial, there are many aspects it just didn't explain, or I didn't take my time to read enough, because again, it's a tutorial. Who runs through those word for word, right? No one. The actual inventory mechanics, the spins that you can collect, the applying armor, health, etc. They could have done, again, a much better job with making this a much simpler process to understand exactly what you've got to do. Ultimately, I'm not here to completely poo-poo the game. I understand that it's been in early access and it is now out, and new revisions will come which will make improvements. At this stage, for me, I probably won't be picking this game back up. Maybe after a few updates, they do some texture updates, some interface updates, and they help with the gameplay and styling. I may pick it back up and see what it's like again. But for now, it is just not one that I'll be continuing. Well, that's all for me in my review on Mini Royale. If you've played this and you've got any thoughts yourself, please drop a comment in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Or if there are any other games that you think that do hit that mark for that Toy Story-esque Toy Soldiers video genre of game that I think we're all crying out for, that hits the mark better. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.